Ponytails. Read by Scribbler. Do You Remember by Dege the Mighty. The day had gone pretty well from what she heard. Even if Blossomforth had to sit it out, she was still happy to know that Tornado Day succeeded. Her feather flu came and went, as did the others.
More of an annoyance than anything else,
she thought. The white Pegasus sat upon the roof of her house, watching Cloudsdale float just above the sunset, its factories working hard with the water they had just received. A slight twinge of guilt overcame her, wishing she could have at least done what she had trained for. She shrugged. She was just content watching her hometown float gently above the source of the orange and purple hues that flooded the sky, the crisp yet slightly thick autumn air wrapping around her like a blanket. The way the sunset bathed the world in its exclusive colours seemed to resonate within her. It reminded her of her Cloudsdale days, sitting on one of the edges of her district just to watch the sun descend and feel the wind brush against her coat. She remembered how her mother used to take her on flights on her back until Blossomforth grew too big. That didn't stop her from flying beside her mother, though. A deep inhale cemented the memories in bliss. She sighed as she watched some of her worn-out colleagues head to their homes. She probably could have helped them pack everything up, but she wasn't supposed to do any sort of strenuous activity for the next few days. A soft breeze swept over her back. Turning around, she was greeted by the sobering sight of Thunderlane. His wings collapsed at his sides as he landed next to her.
Hey, how have you been feeling?
He asked.
Much better, but why are you flying? We're not supposed to do anything strenuous for a while,
Blossomforth reminded. Her words seemed lost on the grey Pegasus, however. He scoffed.
Since when has flying been considered hard?
Since we got hit with the flu that made it almost impossible,
she stated flatly. Thunderlane simply laughed, opting to watch Cloudsdale in the distance. Blossomforth grew more distracted with the sight of Thunderlane himself. It had been far too long since she had seen him, or at least this close. Before the duty of Tornado Day arrived, she had only managed to catch the occasional passing glance. He never outright ignored her, usually waving to her, or at least saying hello. However, they were still so far apart when they used to be the closest friends. Her memories of her adolescence came rushing back, flooding her mind with Cloudsdale and all of the days long past. Her family and friends, her hardships and triumphs. Almost everything she once had now rested upon that massive cloud just above the sunset.
Hey, Thunderlane?
She started, waiting for the response of her listener.
Yeah?
He chimed, broken away from his own memories.
Do you remember how we met back when we were fools?
She asked anxiously.
Yeah, of course I do. We were like, what, 4 or 5? I remember I fell flat in my face the first time we played tag.
He reminisced. Blossomforth breathed a sigh of relief and felt her heart flutter at how quickly he remembered that moment. She laughed.
And then I rushed over to you to make sure you were all right, before you tagged me. I was so angry at you for that whole week.
My mom made me go and get you a doll to make up for it. Jeez, I don't know how I managed to get through that without suffocating from all the pink.
Thunderlane shivered at the thought.
Oh yeah, my little Lily. I still have her somewhere.
You still have it? I thought you would have tossed it by now.
Thunderlane said, genuinely surprised.
The
mare stuttered. She had kept it all this time, though she would never truly admit why. She looked down at the tiles on the roof, slightly embarrassed for not having a proper answer for him. Thunderlane suddenly let loose a hearty laugh.
Oh, Celestia, do you remember how we were practicing flying with Flitter and Cloud Chaser, and we tried to play aerial tag?
She smiled at the memory.
And then we all kind of crashed into each other.
I know, the two of us got all kinds of tangled up. Your legs were tied up like knots. How did you get to be so flexible anyway?
She remembered just how red her face got then, and she was thankful for the red sunset to help hide the blush she had now.
Well, I don't know. I always have been.
He snickered.
And then Cloud Chaser said how we looked like her parents last night?
It looked like some pony had splashed red paint onto Blossomforth's face, as she had tried desperately not to slam that face into the roof tiles. She looked over and noticed Thunderlane's face was just as flustered.
That is so much more embarrassing, now that we know what she meant,
she stated.
Yeah.
Thunderlane began to idly kick his hoof. A hollow silence drifted along and bathed them, just as the subtle breeze tickled their coats.
We used to be so close. What happened to us?
Blossomforth asked him. Thunderlane hesitated, surprised by the sudden change in tone.
I don't know. I kinda got caught up with sports and stuff.
Blossomforth shook her head.
No, it was before that. We just stopped having as much fun as we used to.
Thunderlane sighed.
Maybe we just grew up.
The mare hung her head.
That's hardly an excuse,
she mumbled.
Listen, Blossomforth.
He started.
I'm sorry I kinda left you in the dust.
Blossomforth's ears perked up.
What do you mean?
Getting popular kinda went to my head. I left you behind and I couldn't regret it more. I wanted to make up for some lost time.
Thunderlane explained as he kicked his hoof around.
By the time I realized that, you were already gone. I heard you moved down to Ponyville, so I came down here too.
Blossomforth stared at him for an eternity. Her ears couldn't believe what they heard, but her heart did. A sudden wave of glee and hope overcame her.
You moved here? Because of me? I thought it was because of the weather job you got here.
Well, the job wasn't the whole reason.
He chuckled, nervously scratching the back of his head.
I felt really bad about the whole thing, and I wanted to try and reconnect with you.
Thunderlane didn't notice her inch ever closer to him.
Hey, Thunderlane, back in Miss Merriweather's class, do you remember that note I passed you?
He put a hoof under his chin in thought.
We passed a lot of notes. You're gonna have to be more specific.
It was the last one of that year. The one I passed you just before the final.
Thunderlane's eyes brightened before his ears fell.
Oh, that one. I didn't get to read it, though. Miss Merriweather made me throw it away.
Oh, that explains it,
she said, slightly saddened by the news.
Explains what? What did the note say?
Blossomforth giggled, trying to encourage herself.
It was kind of stupid. It was one of those, you know, do you like me notes. It was dumb,
she admitted, trying her best to be nonchalant. Silence began to rain upon them once more. She could feel the tension pull at the both of them. She waited on bated breath for his reply, hoping against Celestia he wouldn't brush it off. She knew it was dumb, trying to rely upon an old foolish note to spark something between the two of them. Maybe it was just too late. Maybe he never even cared about her beyond a friend.
Yeah.
he said suddenly. Blossomforth continued to berate herself until she heard him.
What?
Yeah. I probably would have said yes.
He told her, his head dipped low, his blush burning. Blossomforth's next words were shaking with anticipation.
Do you still?
Thunderlane breathed in deep, his confidence waning.
Always have. Always will.
She giggled with glee as she launched herself into his side, nuzzling him with years of pent-up infatuation, finally feeling release. Thunderlane chuckled, not expecting the sudden assault of affection. The two of them sat on the roof as the sun's light breathed its final breath for the day. The white Pegasus sat upon the roof of her house, watching Cloudsdale float just above the sunset, its factories working hard with the water they had just received. A slight twinge of guilt overcame her, wishing she could have at least done what she had trained for. But she didn't care. Not with Thunderlane's wing draped over her. That was Do You Remember? It was written by Dege the Mighty and read by Scribbler, with special guest voice actor Finish Line as the voice of Thunderlane. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Finish Line has actually played Thunderlane before in my fic readings. He played him in Overture, which came out a few weeks ago. And thinking that thought as I was editing this together, it occurred to me that I've actually done an inordinate number of Thunderlane fics recently. Either fics centering around him or ones where he appears. And this is totally not by design. There's 4 of them, 4 in a month, where he has somehow managed to sneak in as a character without me noticing until now. Everybody talks about Octavia and Vinyl being spies. I think Thunderlane is the spy. He's a fanfiction spy that keeps inserting himself into places where he shouldn't be. Or that he should be, if you're his fan. I am babbling absolute crap right now. Then again, it is 11:30 at night. So, I haven't much of any value to say on this one. Other than, I really like this particular upload. I really like the fic itself, but I especially like it because I got to use one of my favourite songs of all time for the opening credits. I absolutely adore September by Cisco, and I was gutted when it wasn't available as an actual single to download, so I had to get it from the end part of Get Over It, the film that it appeared in. So if anybody wants to, go and check out the film, because it's good too. But that song, I dare anybody to hear that one and not be singing along. The lyrics are ridiculously easy, da-da-da-da. So, in actual fact, I'm such a fan of it that I'm going to use it to play out with. Be lovely to each other, and good night, everybody.
digging.